Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome, my name is Amanda. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. For today's video, I am going to update you on all of the plants that I've purchased in the last month. I think it's like 20, but I could be wrong. The majority of them are Hoyas. I have found a couple people recently that have been really interested in doing Hoya trades with me, so the majority of them are cuttings, but I'm really happy to have them in my collection. I may not be able to pronounce all of the names as per usual, so I'll put them up on the screen so you guys can look them up afterwards. But yeah, if you would like to see the new plants that I've added to my collection, sit back and relax and let's check out my new babes. Okay, so first up is just right next to me. I watered it. These are also going to be in no particular order. I'm just going to like randomly show you since I have them in different cabinets. But the first one right next to me is my Lacinosa Amarillo. This one is really pretty. It has like an aria variegation on it. I'm hoping that this one will come out and be more vibrant, but I was able to pick this one up in a trade, so traders cannot be picky. But I'm really excited to see the coloring on what this one does. I'm unsure why the leaves are so large because typically Lacinosa have smaller leaves, at least the ones in my collection. So I'm interested to see if maybe it was just the fertilizer that this person was using that encouraged more like foliage growth rather than bloom growth. But yeah, first one, super cute. I'm excited to have it. Okay, the next handful or so of them are going to be in my Hoya cutting cabinet, which is like my bag bow cabinet I have next to my Mills Bow wide. So, oh, here we go. Here's one. So this one right here, this is called a Hoya Paula. And I just really love the like pattern of the veination on this one. I'm not sure what the bloom or anything looks like, but recently I've been into Hoyas that sun stress very easily. This one was more sun stressed, but I moved it out of my acrobar cabinet because I wanted it to like grow in some roots. But once my trellises get here, this will be one that I pot up. It is really pretty. Hoya Paula. Next up, I have a cutting that is fairly large. I may take these ones off and try to just prop them in like, I don't know, sphagnum moss or something. But this one is called a Hoya Ruthie. This one also sun stresses really well, at least from what I've seen online. So I'm hoping that once this one roots, I can move it up into higher light. Once it's just a more like stable specimen and it can tolerate it and bring out some of that really pretty, like, it's like a deep reddish plum color when it's sun stressed. This beautiful longleaf Hoya, I do not remember the name and I didn't write it on the cup. So I'll have to put this one up on the screen. But this one I just bought because of the blooms. The woman that posted this in like my local Facebook plant group, she posted a picture of the blooms and they're like the most vibrant pink, just, I don't know, little cute button flowers that I couldn't pass it up. But I think against this dark green coloring, a bright pink bloom will be really pretty. It's really rooted in here and then it started to put out some new growth points. I've had this one for probably, I don't know, maybe a month now. So again, once my trellises get here, this will be one of the first ones that I pot up because it is looking for something to climb. This one is not the cutest, but it is a Borino something. I again didn't label this one. I wasn't obviously in the mood to label things, but it has rooted pretty well in here. Anywho, this one is similar to my SP Silver Cloud. It's in that same like variety. So I'm really excited for this one, but it is going to take a little while. This is the newest leaf that I've gotten, but it's come out with that like, I don't know, purpley sun stressing that I really like. The other thing that's really cool is this Hoya has like really velvety leaves. And I would have never known that because these two, like from the cutting I got it from, are just really hard. Like they're not even really like pliable, which is interesting to me on a Hoya. So I'm not exactly sure how it was cared for before I got it, but the newest leaf is coming in promising and I have another growth point here. So I think after, you know, a couple new leaves, this one will start looking pretty cute pretty soon. At least I hope. Next up is a newer leaf shape for me. I really wanted a Hoya Chibi, I believe is what it's called, and I have not been able to find one anywhere. So if you know of a seller or something that has them, please let me know. I think that leaf shape, like, it's just like a little chunky leaf. I don't know, I just love it and I want one, which is very different from the normal leaves that I have. But anywho, this one was at Beyond the Leaf Inc. and it was like a chibi lookalike. This one is called a Kalimantan, no ID. But I really like the the venation on this one as well, and like the speckling. And it has a new cute little leaf coming out. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it. But it's rooted, it's all ready to go. Again, it's just waiting for another trellis. If you watched any of my other videos, I've mentioned this before, but I ordered my trellises from Houseplant Essentials on Etsy. They're located in Canada. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on with their shop, but I've went repeatedly over the last like month to order trellises from them. And at first they were just showing everything as like out of stock, but I went a couple days ago to go see if I could order them again. And now the only thing on their Etsy shop is like sphagnum moss as a listing. So I don't really know what happened to them. I hope they come back because those are my favorite Hoya trellises. But I have ordered trellises from 3 different shops. They should be here soon. So we're gonna try out some new trellises and see how I like them. But I'm still secretly hoping that Houseplant Essentials comes back and I'm able to just get my regular trellises again soon. Okay, I have this little cool one next. The leaf shape on this one is very interesting. But this one is called Pandarita Silver. I'm not sure. I can't really see all the writing on that one. The person I traded with wrote it on here. But I'll look it up for you in case that's not the correct name. But yeah, this is another one of those like long wispy. It is very silver, where it's like that blue silver. I really like this coloration. I'm slightly worried about this cutting though, because I think that it was a new cutting and the leaves weren't like completely hardened off. So I'm gonna see if I can root it still, but normally it's best to wait until like the leaves harden off before you cut. So we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for it though. It's very beautiful. I'm excited to see what happens. Same thing with this one. This is a Pachylauda Albo. And see how it's like super limp and wilted? It almost seems like the, leaf is just going to fall off. So now I have a stem of this one. I'll need to, I have a little dome I can put this one in to give it like 100% humidity and highlight. But yeah, we will see if this one is able to do anything. Oh no, this is all wet too. Yeah, completely rotted. So, psych, not a new Hoya. That one's dead. This is another like true green Hoya that is very, very beautiful. I do again think this one is like not fully hardened off yet, but the specimen seems to be doing very well. This one is really cool too. It has like this subtle fuzziness around like the outer margin, which I think is really fun. This one is called a Van Ganaensis. I don't know, again, it's written in marker, so I'll put it up for sure so you know what it is. But just the color on here, like, I don't know what it is, but that like true deep green of a plant. I do think the leaves on here are still growing. Like, I think that they were small like this when she initially gave it to me. So I'm hoping that this one doesn't die off. I assume that if it were to rot, it would be like the one that I just showed you previously to this. But yeah, really, really beautiful specimen. Excited for this one. The next one that I have is a Carnosa Stardust. Now this one I've actually never heard of before. The woman that I traded with, she found this at Home Depot and they had like all of their Hoyas clearanced out for like $2 or $3. So we did a whole bunch of plant swaps, her and I, but she was like, hey, I have this one. I don't know what it is, but I just recently got it if you want a cutting. So this is new to me. I've never heard of a Carnosa Stardust before. I think it will have really cute pink blushing on here, but again, these leaves are soft. So I'm hoping that it roots, but I don't think these leaves were fully developed yet when she gave it to me. Okay, this one I'm actually, I know I say I'm really excited about plants all the time, so I'm super hyped, very stoked, over the moon about this one. This is called a Hoya Flagetta Gold. I'll post a picture up on the screen of what the blooms look like, but that is 100% the reason why I got this plant, and it has been so difficult to find. So I got it probably like 3 weeks ago. I have a new growth point coming up in the stratum. I'm really excited about it. Yeah, it's like the texture of it is really rough and it looks fuzzy, but it's not. But the blooms on here, especially the gold ones, are just so unique. Like, I don't really know of any other Hoyas that have blooms like this. So I'm really excited. Obviously the specimen needs to grow a lot more before I can get to blooms, but I'm excited that it has a growth point and it's rooted because that means I'm closer to blooms than I was when I got it. So this little guy right here is a new variety I had never even heard of. So I didn't put a label on it, but I'm pretty sure it was like Hoyas or something like that. The leaves are supposed to stay very small, like button-like, but the newer growth on the top is obviously larger. So again, I think that just has to do with the person's like conditions. I do have some new leaves coming out here, and this one is fairly rooted in stratum. So I'm gonna be moving this one over shortly, but I'm really excited to see what this one does. If you've been here for any amount of time, you know that I love like circle small leaf Hoyas. So I'm excited to see if this one will go back to like a smaller size or if the leaf size is more of like a medium shaped Hoya. Here is another small leaf Hoya. This one is a Lacunosa Tove, I believe is how you pronounce it. This one is seriously so cute. It has a really big peduncle over here on the back that I'm hoping something happens with. But I don't know, I just love Lacunosa. I think that they are so interesting and different. This one has been chilling in the back of my bag bow cabinet, so it hasn't been getting the best light. And for whatever reason, the newest leaves came out huge on this. So I'm gonna have to look back and see what I was doing, if that was me or that was from Bridget. I assume it's me, since these are the only ones that are different. But I'm really excited for this one. I've wanted this one for a while as well, and I just haven't been able to find it. Next up is a Hoya that I specifically bought for the blooms. This is a Hoya Nuna, and it has the yellow blooms. This one also has like pink blooms, but I don't know, I could not find that one anywhere, so I settled for the yellow. But again, I'll throw a picture up on the screen for this one. I don't think the foliage is anything to like write home about. It's pretty simple in my opinion, but the bloom on this one is really beautiful. So I'm hoping that this is one that I can get very established on a trellis, and it is a frequent bloomer for me, because that is the whole reason why I purchased it. It's fairly rooted in here though already. I have found with Hoyas, this is like a newer setup for me, but I really like putting leca down in the bottom and then just stuffing a whole bunch of tree fern around it and using this as like a reservoir. I feel like it really roots the plants faster, and the nutrients that are in tree fern just help accelerate that process as well. Okay, the next two that I have are actually Dischidia. So they're very similar to Hoya, but they are a different genus. So I just wanted to clarify that before I showed it to you. This one, I'm not sure on the exact name. I looked again and it's not on here, but it's just a Dischidia that's variegated. I saw this at Beyond the Leaf Ink, and I just thought this was like so stunning. The variegation on this one, honestly, the way it like blends together, it reminds me of just watercolor. I don't know what it is about that variegation, but where it has like seamless blending of all of the different tones, I just really love that on a Hoya, or really any plant I should say, but like look at how beautiful that leaf is. So this one I'm really excited. I'm thinking I want to have this one trailing, but I've just been letting it do its thing in the cabinet. I'm still waiting for the second cutting in here to start growing. This one is all from one side, so this one is loving its life. But our other little friend over here is still working on roots maybe. But yeah, Dischidia variegated something. The next Dischidia that I have, I'm really excited about. Look at how beautiful it's already starting to sunstress. This is a Dischidia watermelon. There's probably a more scientific name than that, so I'll put it up on the screen. But what I was looking for specifically was a Dischidia watermelon, and I was able to find that at Beyond the Leaf Ink. It looks like it has some little blooms right here coming in. Now, I don't know a lot about Dischidia, and I'm not exactly sure about the differences between Dischidia and Hoya, but I know that sometimes there are Hoyas that are reclassified as Dischidia and vice versa, so I need to definitely do a little bit more research, but I assume that the care is the same. I've been doing everything the same thus far, and it seems to be doing really well and thriving in my environment. Okay, now back to Hoya. This one is a Hoya SP Sabah. It has that really pretty like plum variegation on it. This one has been a very slow grower. I bought this one at the same time I got the majority of these from Beyond the Leaf, which is honestly like a month ago at this point, and I'm just barely starting to see like growth points. I guess I could take these out. Right there is a little growth point, and then down here is a little growth point. So I'm not exactly sure why it's taking them so long. Maybe they're just a slow grower in general. But yeah, it's just been working on roots this whole time that I've had it with no growth yet. I do think the sun stressing on that though is beautiful. I have a huge wish list plant. So a couple of videos ago, I think when I was doing my Hoya cabinet tour, I discovered that there was a new variety of Hoya polyneura that I did not have, which is the Jasminica. So I went ahead and picked myself up one of these. Now this one, particular cutting does look very much like an outer elbow variegation, but I promise you, I saw the mother plant. This is a Jasminica. This one has taken a long time to root as well. I do see some roots in there, but this one I've had for probably 2 weeks at this point. And I feel like Polyneura, normally you would see like the little nub down here for the growth point, but there is not a growth point on it. So it's still working on roots, still doing its thing. I love how vibrant the variegation on this one is. And I'm so excited for the next leaf to potentially be more splashy. But yes, Hoya Jasminica, very grateful to have this one. Then here is another Hoya that is very beautiful. This one is Hoya verticulata albo marginata, I believe is what it says on the cup. This one is very, very beautiful. I'm super excited about this one. This is a larger leaf for me. I don't have a lot of this size in my collection, but the variegation on this one is just so stunning. This is another one that I'm thinking of trailing and not putting on a trellis. So we'll see as it starts to grow what I decide to do, but I think this is really, really beautiful. Next up, we have a Hoya Finsonii Black. Now this is a Hoya that I probably would have never picked out for myself, but I saw the blooms on this one and they are so beautiful. They were like I want to say like a purple and yellow, really dark though, bloom. I'll put one up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but that is the reason why I got a cutting of this one, solely again for the blooms. When I first started getting into Hoya, I only collected them for the foliage. I didn't really care about blooms. But now that I have like close to 100 Hoyas, I think I'm starting to get more into like the blooms and learning more about the blooming cycles and things like that for Hoyas. So I am leaning towards Hoyas now that maybe the foliage isn't as interesting or my typical style, just because I do feel like the blooms are so beautiful. So we'll see how long it takes us to get there, but I do think that it's cool. It's kind of like reptilian, like a crocodile maybe. But the blooms, so excited for those. Then I have this larger one that is a cutting. This one has a peduncle on it down here as well. And this one just says Finsonii. So I'm not exactly sure if that has like a particular bloom or it has something going on with it, but it is a lot larger than this Finsonii Black that I just showed you. So I'm not exactly sure if these are the same variety or maybe I don't have the names right, but yes, Finsonii Black. Okay, so this one on here is like covered in tape, so I can't see the name. I think it says Hoya Pandurata Vietnam. I don't know if that's actually the name of this one. I'll put it up on the screen. This is another one of those long wispy Hoyas that I've been getting into a lot recently. I really love like the splashy variegation on this one. The variegation on this one almost reminds me of my Crassy Splash that I have. So the leaves are kind of soft on here and then there's like new cuttings coming out, but so far so good. This one's been doing really well. It seems super hydrated, so I'm hoping that I don't lose it because it wasn't like fully hardened off, but we will see. I do think that it is so cute though, so if I do lose this one, I'll just be on the hunt for another one. Okay, over here at my Acrobar, I did do some rearranging in my office, and so now my Acrobar cabinet is on top of my Mills Bow Wide, and I've like put all of my cabinets on one wall and my desk is over on the other side. So I have like one giant plant wall. It's really cool. But anywho, the plants that I've gotten over here, this one is out of the box for me, but this is a Hoya Russell. Look at how big the leaf is. It is bigger than the palm of my hand. I think that this is so cool. And the blooms on this one are like a peachy orange color. So beautiful. It's very rooted already. So I think I'm just gonna wait until like I see a growth point pop out here, and then I'll probably move it over to like semi-hydro or something. But that leaf, oh my gosh, it's so big. I think this is the largest Hoya I have in my collection now. Next up is another large leaf Hoya. This one is an 8H Black Magic. And this one again turns like, I don't even know, deep black purple. It has really pretty black blooms as well. Well, they look black, they're probably a deep purple. So I saw this one, I was able to trade for it and I couldn't pass it up, but this one is smaller than the Russell, but it's still fairly big for me. The next one is probably seen as a pretty common Hoya. This is a Hoya New Guinea Ghost, but I did not have one in my collection, so I was really happy to finally pick one up. I do want to sunstress this. I don't know if mine will remain silver or if mine will change to like that deep purple, but we'll see. It has like some really pretty purple on like the outer edges. So maybe I'll try to do a combination of both. Right now it's in my Acrobar cabinet so that I can root hopefully a lot faster, and then I can move it over out of this setup. The last one I believe that I have over here in my Acrobar is a Verticulata Pink Crush. I guess the light isn't doing it very good justice over there. I'm underneath my floating shelf, so I don't have the best lighting over here. But it just has like this really cute silver dusting that like has turned that blush pink color when it gets sun stressed. But I think this is so cute. I really like Verticulata. I feel like it's an underrated Hoya. I have the Verticulata Splash and a Verticulata Elbow. So now I have the Verticulata Pink Crush. Super cute on this one. Okay, now on the other side of my new plant wall, we're at my other back bow cabinet. This one has not been living in a cabinet, and I may have already shown you guys this one, but I couldn't remember. So this one is my Papa Hoya 01. Now I do have a small cutting of this one in my Acrobar cabinet. I purchased this one from Planting with Wine on Etsy, but Bridget at Beyond the Leaf Inc. had this one. She acquired like 1,000 plus Hoyas. And so just to get rid of some of like the larger specimens that she had, she was giving really good deals for like bunches of Hoyas. So she posted this one and I was like, oh my gosh, mine is going to take years to get to that big. I love small leaf Hoyas. I love things that are fuzzy. And this one is seriously like I know it's kind of like an Alocasia Jacqueline, where it's just like that caterpillar texture, you know, I don't know. It's really fun. It's super tiny. I'm for sure going to trellis this one because this long tendril right here was actually woven in and out of the plants in my Millsbo Tall cabinet. And so I had to take it out because it looked like it was about ready to strangle my Alocasia Frydek. So holding on, waiting for trellises to get here soon because my plants really, really want them. But this one is so fun. If you are thinking about a Papa Hoya 01, I totally say get one. This one just makes me feel so happy when I look at it. Okay, the first two that I'm going to show you are not Hoyas, which I know is surprising. But in here, I have two philodendrons. One is a Micans Aria, and the other one is a philodendron Gabby. So they just have some tape on here, keeping the humidity in. So I don't want to ruin the tape, so I can seal it back up. But here we go. This one up here is the Micans Aria. I think that is seriously so stunning. And then down further in the cup, that is the philodendron Gabby. Now, both of these in my area, I have not been able to find for, I don't even know, for the last 2 or 3 years, especially the philodendron Gabby. I don't know how this person was able to find them in my area, but I don't care. I'm just really glad that I got them. I'm hoping that they root and I can take them out. The Micans is probably one that I will put up on a moss pole just because I want to bring out the best in this plant, but we'll see. Right now, we're just hoping for roots. It's so stunning, the variegation on this. Philodendron is one of my favorite genuses. I don't feel like people really talk about them anymore, but I am still a huge philodendron fan. And when I think about like larger plants that I still want to acquire for my collection, the majority of them are philodendrons. So we'll seal this little babe back up and hope for the best. Now next up is a collection of Hoya treasures. So if you have not watched any of my other videos, I absolutely love Hoya treasures. It is its own website and it's on Etsy if you would like to check it out. She has the most phenomenal specimens in my opinion, and she also has like new varieties of Hoyas. So I feel like you're able to pick up new Hoyas for a decent price, and they're a pretty solid specimen. So I fangirled out about Hoya treasures, I don't even know, in the majority of my videos. So I'm going to show you a haul of what a third of her website looks at because they're all in the bottom section of my cabinet. So here is the first section. When I get them from Hoya Treasures, I just have these like clear pencil containers, I think technically is what they are. But since she has all of her Hoyas in pond, it's a lot easier for me to like acclimate them to my conditions just by keeping water down in here. If you watched my Hoya cabinet tour video that I did, I showed you that my variegated Walliana did not make it. So I did go ahead and buy myself a new one from Hoya Treasures. It's just so stunning. I couldn't not have it in my collection. So I saw that she had like restocked, jumped on that opportunity. So the next one up is a large leaf Hoya. but it's one of those like whimsical thin leaf Hoyas. It also has very beautiful blooms. This one is a Hoya Mega Laster. Yeah, Mega Laster is what it says. But like, look at how, sorry, it's dripping everywhere. Look at how beautiful those leaves are. I saw this on the website, I looked up the blooms, and I just could not resist it. This is probably my newest one from Hoya Treasures, and this one I didn't even know existed. This one is a Chungiensis? Chungiensis. Maybe it's a cousin to a Chinghongensis? I don't know. But it is so cute and tiny leafed. Absolutely, I just couldn't get over this one. I feel like it was like a mixture of like a black cat and a small leaf Hoya, like a Tinghongensis maybe. And so when I saw that veination with the cool leaf shape, I just couldn't pass it up. So that one is here as well. Okay, then I have two more of those like wispy ones. This one right here is a Surisana, I believe is how you pronounce it. This one has really beautiful blooms as well, but just that like true green, delicate, there's just something very feminine about these long leaf Hoyas that I'm just really interested in. I just think that they are really beautiful. I find them like independently stunning even without the blooms. So I feel like if I get to the point where I'm able to trellis and bloom these, that they will just be like standalone beautiful pieces. The other one is a Hoya Denisai Frida. This one is really pretty. It has like subtle variegation inside the center, but it is just another one of those long, really wispy Hoyas. I think that it's so beautiful. This one also seems like the texture is a little bit of like a ruffle. Just another like little feminine Hoya. I think it's so cute. Okay, now on this one, I think I've already showed you a couple of these. So this one, she actually sent me as a free gift. This one is a Kamingana intervariegated. So I think I've talked about this one before. Just in case I haven't, this one is a really fast grower. So I know the price point on this one is a little bit higher for the intervariegated, but it is so worth it. I've even chopped this one once already down to here, and it's already grown back. So really, really fast grower. The next new one that I have on here is a Hoya Verstigi, maybe? But this one is like a giant version of the Patella Pink. It has those long leaves, but it has the same fuzzy texture as a Hoya Patella Pink. But the blooms on this one, again, are just so pretty. I couldn't pass it up. So I'm really excited to have this one in my collection. This is probably the first time I've ever had anything go wrong with shipping, though, from Hoya Treasures. This leaf was smushed in like the polyfill, and so it's just like died off. It didn't harden off with the rest of the plant. But I've purchased, I don't know, 50 plus Hoyas, and this is the first time that I've ever received anything negative, and it was just a small cosmetic imperfection. So I could not say enough good things about her shop. I love them. Okay, and then the last three that I got from Hoya Treasures are a Hoya Snow Koi Silver. It's C-U-I. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but this one, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. It's again like that blue silver, but it has like the pink. But it has the pink blushing that it's starting to get from the grow lights on it. So pretty. It's been a really fast grower as well. I've really enjoyed having this one. And I haven't heard a lot about this Hoya either. So I'm not sure if this is a newer variety or it's just not one that a lot of people like. The next one that I have in here in the center, the card fell out. But it is a Uniflora. This one right here in the center is a Hoya Uniflora. It's one of those like small dainty leaf Hoyas. I'm pretty sure I have every small leaf Hoya listed in her shop. But I just love them. I think that they're so adorable. They're really fast growers. Normally they're really full, so it's like a really dense trellis plant. So when the blooms come out, it's just a really beautiful statement piece. I don't know. I just love anything that's like teeny tiny like that. Then the last one that I have is a Colina, an IR26 splash on this one. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but you can see like all the new growth on this one has just come in green. There's no splashiness to it, which is interesting since it's in the same lighting conditions that is causing this one to sunstress with some pink blush. So maybe this one just needs a lot higher light than I'm giving it. I could move it up into my Aquapar cabinet and see if like the two T5 Barina grow lights help encourage more of that splashy. This one also gets like a really vibrant red color when it sun stresses. So I think the red plus the splash will be really beautiful too. I just need to change the lighting conditions a little bit. Okay, last section of new plants is in my Millsball tall cabinet. So I have picked up my first ping. This is a ping Joanna. I'm not exactly sure how well I'm doing with it. It does have 3 blooms, so I feel like I'm doing something right. But I would love to plant this up in like a semi-hydro situation, maybe on like a pumice stone. So if you have any pings and you have them in that type of situation, I would love any like tips that you have for caring for this. I would love to get a lot more pings and carnivorous plants, but I've just never like cared for them in my collection before. So this is a completely new journey for me. So far, so good. But I also don't know if I'm doing bad either. Okay, and then I think I just have 2 more down here at the bottom. This is another Hoya. I didn't write the name on here, so I'm not sure. I do think I'm gonna chop this one like completely back though, because I do not like this like woody texture on Hoyas. I'm kind of, I don't know, bougie, I guess. I like everything to be really dense and like just lush. So I have gotten some cute new growth coming in. So this is what I hope the plant will all look like, is this like dense little green vibrant cluster. But yeah, this one I'll put up on the screen. I got this one in a trade, but I again was slacking and did not put the name on my container. And then the last one that I have that's new to my collection is this. This is a Publicalyx red something or other. This one is dying for a trellis. It's super long. Normally I would cut these tendrils off, but it looks like the leaves are still going to try and emerge on this one. So I left them on. I don't know, maybe I should cut it off so it's not like wasting its energy. But yeah. But this one has a really pretty red stem too. It isn't getting the best light in the bottom of my Millsball cabinet. I'm going to actually redo my whole Millsball tall coming up here soon, and I think I'm going to make it more of like a tall Hoya situation in this cabinet, but we'll see. All right, so that is it for me. Those are all of the new plants that I've picked up in the last like month and a half. I'll put the final total on the screen because it was definitely more than 20. And I have a pretty large Hoya collection. So if that's something that you would like to show up in your news feed, please consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Damn.